Thomas Crane from killDevil Films. Thomas, how are you?
I am great. How are you all?
Surprised you're on.
I am on.
So tell us everything that killDevil Films does.
I would say like music videos, I'd say is like 85-90% of what we do. I occasionally will get some different kind of stuff like a documentary or like a lyric video and stuff like that. But as of right now, music videos are like the main thing.
And we were looking at, and I was going through some of this stuff that you've done, and most of the bands that you've done, we promote. Cold Words, Saliva, Love the Hate.
I think that's how I found you guys, because I think Love the Hate was on at one point.
Yeah.
I had just worked with them or something like that. So that's how I found your all show. And then, like you said, like, I see your posts with your like your listings and stuff. And I'm like, hey, I know those guys. I know those guys.
So naturally, we had to have you on the show, right?
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Man.
So when you're shooting a music, kind of walk us through, because we've had somebody that lives close to us, Chaz, on the show a long time ago that has his Astro Clown Productions. He does music videos as well. But kind of walk us through when somebody's wanting to get a video done. What's the process that you do to take them step by step to get through to making that video a reality for them?
First, it starts with the song, because whatever song it is, you want something visually that represents the vibe of the song. And then, I ask if they have a concept already that they want to do. And we kind of start spitballing ideas back and forth. Each band's different. Some bands will have like it all scripted out. They want this, this, and this. Some only have like an inkling of an idea and they say run with it. It's kind of different. You just sort of fill it out. But a lot of times that's where it starts, the song, and then what's the concept? And we kind of just brainstorm back and forth, what we want to do. And then from there, then once you figure out what you want to do, then you have to figure out logistics, like where are we going to shoot this? And do we need actors and, special effects, that kind of stuff. So that's where it starts. And it's usually a really cool process because, you're working on it together. I get to be like the fifth member of the band for a couple of days. So that's cool. So when it's done, you got this video that everyone worked on. Not just ideas, but like even during the shoot, it's a lot of work and, so it's a cool shared artistic, work at the end. It's cool.
So where's the most elaborate place that you've shot a music video at?
Ooh, define elaborate. Like,
okay, maybe let me change it. Maybe obscure. So kind of the strangest place that you've shot a video at.
Strange. Oh man. I've shot in some really cool places. Like the Love the Hate guys. We shot at the Outlaw Mansion in Mobile. And
did you hear the story about that after y'all done?
Yeah, it burned down. Yeah. Not long after. And it was one of those situations where, it's an abandoned house and it still looks great. It's kind of torn down, but it's got that great old architecture. And they were able to get permission from one of the owners who lived like in Nashville or something. So we get there, we kind of don't know what we're going to get. And you could tell like squatters had been there, like sleeping bags and things. So we shot the video and then, like a month later it burned down. That was interesting. There was a full-size grave in the backyard that had been dug. It was a good 5-6 feet down. There was nothing in it, but that was interesting.
Nothing in it as of yet.
I don't know. For you to leave. I didn't ask questions. We just shot and got out of town. The post-profit guys, we shot in an abandoned grain silo in Marshall, Texas, I think.
Love those guys.
Yeah, yes. Those guys are awesome. Great band, great dudes. That silo factory was similar in the sense that it was abandoned and you don't know what you're going to get. And watch where you step because there could be a hole in the floor and you go 3 stories down. So those were 2 examples of like abandoned awesomeness.
What where are you based out of for bands that might be watching this that would like to work with you? What's your radius for hire?
I'm in the Tampa area, but I go all over. I'd say these days about 30% of my work is out of state, something like that. I'm getting ready. What is it? We're finalizing dates and shit, but I mean, I'm probably going to be in like in Indianapolis, Memphis, Jacksonville, fucking the rest of this month. So,
wow. So you're all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I like it. I like it. Kevin and I talk about this a lot on the show. You mentioned it even a little bit earlier, the way technology has changed over the, just the last like 5 years when it comes to how bands distribute their music. And the music video has become extremely important with mobile. Everybody's on Facebook, everything's on YouTube. You if you don't have a video, you're not directly represented, right? You're missing out, so to speak. I would say, right? Would you agree that? Do you see that?
Not just saying this because this is what I do, but yes. It's funny because like when MTV stopped playing music videos, people at first would have been like, man, that sucks for artists because music's not getting out. But I think it's getting out a lot more now because of social media. You're throwing through your phone and then all of a sudden, ooh, video. And now you kind of expect, all the bands coming out with something new. There's going to be at least something visual with it. I don't know if it's something we've been kind of programmed to do now because of social media, but yeah, I mean, it makes the video that much more important, and I think, good. Yeah.
No. I would say it's more accessible now used to, you had to be on like a big major label to have a video of any quality. Right. And I think you mentioned in the MTV thing, I don't think MTV stopped playing videos because they didn't think it was like important anymore. They just realized it was a commodity that they didn't control anymore. Yeah. Now it's on YouTube. Why would I sit there and wait for 3 to 5 for you to play that one Guns N' Roses video that I can't see anywhere else? I can just go on YouTube. So that they realize that.
Yeah, somewhere in the early 2000s, it transitioned to, you don't have to wait to watch or hear a song you want to hear. You can go get it yourself. So I get it why they stopped airing videos. But that's a solid point. I also think, especially for independent bands, it's also kind of like what your previous guest said, are concentrating more on singles now. So, do a single and a video 3 or 4 months later, single and a video. For an independent band, that really makes sense. Because money's a little tighter. But yeah, like the costs have come down a lot, I guess, partially because of technology. To get a really good professional video done, you don't necessarily need like 20 grand. That would be cool. But I don't know what working with the budget like that would be like. But we've always had to run and gun and be creative without that kind of budget. But yeah, technology's helped on that, and not just technology as far as like how much your gear costs, but the knowledge, the internet, really, like you can find out how to rebuild an engine if you want, if you look online. Correct. So like the information's out there. So if you really apply yourself, you can learn.
Yep. And there's more people doing it, I feel like, too, probably nowadays as well.
I think so. Yeah.
What should bands expect? What kind of ranges are out there? Obviously, you can spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars if you wanted to, but like, what can they expect if they come to you and want a music video? It's the first time they're kind of nervous because they've never done a music video before. Like, what kind of budget should they allocate for a song?
I mean, it sort of depends what they want to do. Right. A video is very much the more elaborate you go, the more expensive it is. How much.
Like, if you want the opening scene to be in Italy, where we see it at a table, and then it flashes to a high-speed car chase with a Lamborghini in LA, that might be a little more expensive.
Right. And, or if you got like, we want the band jamming, but we also want like all this long story. Each part of that story is a different location. You got to do setup, and it may take extra days. So, I mean, all that factors in. I mean, it really kind of depends. I would say, it also depends on the videographer too, how how experienced they are.
Yeah, it's not a simple price tag. I get it, but like a range or something that they can get into. I mean,
I would say at least somewhere around 2,000.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
it's about your starting point.
Yep.
Depending on what you want to do.
Right.
So.
That's about what everybody that we talk to, that I, whether it be live on the show or like when we go out to actual concerts, it's about what they say. I hear 2,000, I hear 3,500 sometimes, just that kind of ballpark.
Yeah. And it can vary,
Right. And like you say, whether that's just a one shot of live action or a big long story with multiple locations. I get it.
So we're going to roll into one of your videos right now. We're actually going to play Saliva's Revelation Man.
Oh, cool.
So if you want to tell us a little bit about it before we roll into it.
So, man, I the Saliva guys at this point were like really close friends. So love working with those guys. We shot on a friend's property. And they had this clay that looked really rustic and like deserty, but it's not deserty. So, I mean, they were on tour in Florida. So we had an afternoon where right before everyone flew back home to shoot them. And so we just set up and the guys just rocked out and I told them to do their thing and I shot my thing. And that's the video.
Where we're at. All right.
No, that was killer, man. That was a good video. I like that.
Oh, thank you.
So what's post-production like?
It's me, a lot of coffee and smokes. That's pretty much it. This room right here, my existence for 90% of the time is this chair and my back porch to smoke. So
wow,
that's what I did. It's just I had to I'm editing right now actually. Not while we're talking, but so.
Yeah, I get it, man. Just editing the stuff we do here, the post-production on like chopping up these podcasts. Like there's certain times it's like 3 or 4 hours go by and you're like, man, I'm still in this room. Damn,
Yeah, I usually I'm nocturnal, so I edit all night typically. And before I know it, I hear like birds chirping outside and I'm like, fuck, the sun's up,
Damn.
6 hours went by and it's all good though.
Yeah. Hey, if you love what you're doing though, right? I'm sure, right? How did you get into this? Was it always a love of film and the camera?
Well, actually, no, it started with music. I was a musician first and I knew a little, I had my own band and stuff. And I knew like a little bit about video editing, but that was like it. And I wanted to do a music video for our band and I didn't know anything what I was doing. And I started doing it for my band. And then I'd have occasionally other bands would hit me up to do videos for them. And I was like learning and it was a hobby at the time. It wasn't like, I didn't have any illusions. Like I'm going to do this. And then after about 5 or 6 years of that, I started getting better and like, hey, I kind of like this. Yeah. So, about 4 years ago, I started doing it full time. So
funny how things work out.
It is. I never would have guessed. Guessed. I mean, I've always been like a big movie nerd, horror movie geek. So that I already had that, but, so
I see that. Is that the 7 poster in the background? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very important movie.
I was going to ask, what's your favorite movie?
Probably, I get this question a lot. It's a tie between The Shining and Halloween.
Okay.
7's like right behind it. So
yeah. That's like asking me like, what's your favorite record? I'm like, well, we got to break it to categories or what time frame you talking about?
You're going to get more than one answer.
Yeah. And then you say one and you're like, oh, I don't know, but what about this one? And you're sitting there and you're like, dude.
Yeah.
See, I'm weird. I can name my favorite record, period.
Yeah. Breaking Benjamin.
Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. Is it, you hear that favorite stuff and you just think about, okay, you hear that song and you're like, where was I at that time? And that album was just a good year for me. So,
yep.
1989.
I was what is never mind. I say I was young and dumb, and you can say the rest.
Yeah, there you go.
So, how can people find killDevil Films?
Yeah.
We're on Facebook, facebook.com/killdevilfilms. We're on Instagram, instagram.com/killdevilfilms. We're on the website is killdevilfilms.com. There's all kinds of stuff there, information, old videos, every list of every video we've done.
You can book there on the website.
Yeah. And, killDevil Films at Gmail if you want to reach out directly.
What's your, how far out are you booked? If I want a video, is that a bad question?
It's hard. Okay. One, being a freelancer, and two, these bands becoming your friends, it's very hard to turn down work.
Right.
And not like turn it down, but like, sorry, dude, I can't get you in next month. It's going to be September. Right. I feel bad for saying that because those two reasons is like, honestly, right now, I probably can't squeeze anything in again until late August, early September.
Well, it's good if bands know that because, they can put that into their process, right? It's like, if your song's going to be done in mix process in August, don't call 2 days before and be like, hey, we need this video done in a week, right? Give me some time.
100%. You're absolutely right. And there are a lot of bands, especially the ones I've worked with before, who like, they'll tell me like, hey, we're recording in June, and it's like,
right.
April. And so just that little tidbit of information is nice. We don't have to actually put the date on there yet, but just like, hey, somewhere in the June-ish area. Okay. So, definitely plan two-ish, 3 months ahead. There
you go. Pay attention.
Sometimes I get lucky and I'm like, oh, I got an extra day here, but man, it's because I got to have time to edit the stuff I shoot. I could shoot every day, but then I don't got time to put it together. So
that's right. Well, dude, we appreciate you jumping on here, man. Love your work. Like you said, you looking at our dirty 30s or filthy 15s or whatever it was that you saw. And it's like, work with them. So I'm glad we finally got to talk to you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, man. The show's great. And, keep doing what you do. Thanks for bringing me on
if you ever want to come back on and you want to, hey, I got this new video. Let's show it. Let us know. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I will do that.
All right.
Have a good one, Thomas. Thank you so much.
All right, man. You guys be good.